Hey, this is Chris Haddon, REI 360 Show number 7. With me as always, Jason Balin, my business partner.
Hello.
Special guest today, Nick Cutanero from the Link Builders, who's an awesome pro marketer. We met Nick, about 5 years ago now?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, we've been doing things for a while now, and we're going to get into a few really cool things, mainly related to marketing your business online. That covers a number of different subjects. We're going to dive into a few of different Nick's different lines of business. You want to start with that story, Jason, where we all first met?
Sure. Do you remember where we met? Because I do.
I do too. It was at an affiliate summit meetup.
At a meetup in some bar in Baltimore.
Yeah, I don't remember the bar. Maybe you do.
I don't. But I remember Chris and I obviously had our real estate businesses we were involved in, and we learned a lot about internet marketing. We wanted to learn a little bit more related to internet marketing. So there was this local affiliate meetup group taking place in, I guess, what they meet up like once a month or something.
Once a month.
In Baltimore, and we went, and it was interesting. I remember going down there. We met a lot of people, and then we had like the event, and then afterwards there was a little happy hour, and we chatted with you and some other people that you knew, because you were more custom with that group than we were, and kind of instantly we're like, we're all very like-minded and had a lot in common, even though we're in separate businesses.
Quick little background, in case people don't know, affiliate marketing in essence is when you're promoting someone else's product or service, usually online. It's not directly what we do, but affiliates get so good at marketing that you can learn a lot from them and apply it to your own business, your own product or service that you own,
sure.
To have big time results. So that's really where we've all branched off and grown together, our different companies and also some joint ventures. We'll get into that too. You want to talk a little basics on what you see as the most effective marketing things for people to be doing online now, today, 2015?
Sure, absolutely. Facebook, it's an incredible traffic source. It's where a lot of general internet users are. It's where a lot of my friends are, and I can tell you this, I log in quite a few times a day, not just to check on my ads, but just to see what's going on the internet. So, also Google AdWords, we've been having a lot of success with
Sure.
that. It's somewhat evergreen of a traffic source. You're always going to be using Google to find information on pretty much anything that you want, and last but not least, YouTube, video marketing, not necessarily running ads, but creating your own video content.
Okay, so making that content, putting it out to the world on social, everything else. What do you think about some other social platforms nowadays besides Facebook?
Twitter is fantastic as a communication platform.
Okay.
It's a great way to get on radar maps. So just by simply tweeting at someone that you want to either do business with, or just have them maybe hard retweet you.
So direct communication with people
Exactly.
on Twitter.
Okay. It's fantastic for communication in that sense, and Instagram as well. That's really good for lifestyle brands, getting a feeling across with a picture. Or video.
Sure.
Insta's really good right now because it's so much focus on content, a little bit of interaction, not really any ads going on, and well, I mean, there are ads that come through Insta, aren't there? But you really don't notice. I mean, like the experience,
sure.
the UX.
And we've noticed really a lot of stuff, at least in the real estate offline business space, of LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a lot of businesses are on that, so business to business interaction. You learn a lot about people. Obviously, we all internally use, apps that link into Gmail that has people's LinkedIn profiles immediately show up, right when we're emailed back, reported right when we're.
If you use Gmail, get reportive.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Back and forth. So all of a sudden, and almost every single person I'm emailing with has a LinkedIn account, and it's click connect. And most people you email with on a daily basis are a potential customer or client or someone to interact with in your kind of business space. So that's good to know, though, that social in general has kind of been a good source. You want to do a real quick breakdown of your core business of Link Builders?
Sure. The Link Builders has been in business since early 2011, and we've been focusing on brand management. So we work with a lot of clients, and we help them with their businesses, their campaigns, their ventures, in all areas of internet marketing, from running Facebook ads to website development to actually running Twitter accounts, so we can become the voice of a brand if that service is desired, or we can just advise as what works, what we've seen work, and help a company with staff that can run it operate a little bit better.
What do you see related to, I mean, obviously the word link builders, link building, SEO, things like that, and that's obviously a place that changes regularly. And I know we have kind of our internal goals related to our online presence and our SEO game plans and things like that. Like, what would you say related to a term like SEO or link building or stuff related to organic type of traffic?
Sure. That's a great question, Jason, and it's I couldn't be in a better position to answer that, because we have worked together on SEO year in, over and over and over, and
it's been years now.
Yeah, it's been years now. So we've seen all of the algorithm updates, and one thing that keeps coming back home is that you guys have real businesses and you've created a real brand. So to stand the test of time on Google, you need to create a real business, a real brand, and don't necessarily lead in with SEO. Let that be a practice that kind of scoops up the remaining traffic. I mean, there's a lot of companies that think we need SEO. I see SEO today as more of a complement to every other aspect of marketing, paid advertising, social advertising,
right.
And I would say if you do want to focus on SEO, focus on branded search, and then start focusing on your business search terms later. Make sure that all of the first 10 listings for your brand name are positive, so brand name plus reviews, and that's a great way to showcase who you are, what you do, and actually help generate more conversions after people do their own research about you.
Okay. I'm going to summarize and clarify a little bit just in case people aren't.
Sorry.
Sometimes we'll get to talking, internet marketing terminology and everything else because we're very used to it, been doing it for years. So we're talking about search rankings, where you show up specifically on Google. It could be other search engines too. And that the most effective thing to do nowadays, since you really can't game Google anymore, like you can't trick the algorithm, it's really about having the appearance of an actual business going on your website. Like you have constant updates or blog posts or news things, videos, something that will show any web visitor that comes to your site that there's a real company going on. That's 101. And then branch out with you said branded keywords, meaning like for us, hard money bankers, if someone searches that, we want to have all of page 1 for the name of our company.
Right.
Okay, and then after that, branching out into something like hard money lenders, for example, which is like an industry sort of keyword, or someone looking for any kind of company like ours. That's good info, because you really can't jump to the top of a difficult search the way you used to be able to,
Sure.
5, 6
and I like the term you use, complement your existing marketing strategy, because if you're kind of throwing all your eggs in one basket related to I need to rank for this keyword or my business on this page. I mean, that's a tough proposition.
You can't rely on it.
You can't rely on it.
No.
It's also very important to remember the nature of SEO or organic related traffic. It's contingent on a user performing that action of search. So they have to get the idea to search for, say, hard money lending, just that term, or hard money lenders in Maryland.
Right.
They have to get that urge to perform that action. And the quality of traffic is absolutely fantastic.
For sure.
Because it's on their terms and it's something that they're actively looking for. But when it comes to other forms of advertising, social, Facebook, you can get your message across with pretty strong targeting these days. Demographic targeting, location-based targeting, to get that message across in a very predictable manner and for a defined cost.
Got it. Okay. Let's jump into some of the other things you're working on, your other lines of business. You have a few cool projects going on. You want to talk about that?
Absolutely. Recently launched a company called FlyBoost. It's a social media display for DJs, restaurants, nightclubs, where you're able to display user-generated content, which is hashtag driven. So if a user tweets with the hashtag displayed on the television, their content, their tweet, their picture will be displayed up on the big screen. So users love it. They feel like they're getting their 15 minutes of fame. Nightclubs, venues really like it too, because it's allowing for data collection in a way that is fun, engaging, and allows them to reach out to those customers again, to incentivize them to come back, or just have that data for their own marketing purposes.
Okay, so you're out at a restaurant, bar, any customer of FlyBoost, and you tweet using the hashtag for, like, give me an example of what someone might tweet and how they use the hashtag exactly.
Sure. So in Columbia, the town we're in right now, there's a bar called Union Jacks. Their official hashtag is UJ Columbia. Okay. So every Thursday night and every Friday night, we're running FlyBoost there, and it's a display on the screen which showcases the hashtag UJ Columbia, and any person at the bar can send something on Twitter or Instagram. Yes.
Good.
So with that hashtag, and it shows up on all the big screens, or whatever the screens it's hooked up to.
Exactly.
And I'm assuming that's probably also a draw for the restaurant owners to say, hey, we have this here, this is cool, come here these nights.
Yeah.
And
there's definitely a cool factor as well.
Yeah, sure.
It is entertainment.
Sure.
But it's also heavily focused on data as well, knowing more about your customers, because we're still at a point where we don't know exactly who comes into an establishment, who they are, unless you get really creepy and look at the name on the credit card, which most people don't do. So this allows venues to have a better idea of who's in the room and allow to capture moments in real time which are fun in nature. If you're taking a selfie, and we do run selfie contests. It's taking that moment at that time and displaying it not only on the big screen, but to that user's entire social network. So it's an incredibly powerful tool to increase engagement within a venue, but also express that message over a social network.
Maybe we should start doing that here. Just have a constant screen running, FlyBoost.
We could do that.
Minutes.
We do. I mean, we got enough people here in our monthly invitationals that we could do.
Yeah, when we have meetups,
we could have people in here.
We could actually do that.
Yeah,
I mean, DJ anyway.
I mean, I'm assuming you created that business. I mean, I think it's a fun business. I'm assuming you probably created that because you saw a need for the marketplace. There's a huge social element, which is really hot right now. Social media to begin with, and there was a need in the marketplace. And you had, and this is something I think we're going to talk about in a second, related to, you had an existing client that was a DJ. You were doing some work with him, and you said maybe this is a way to venture together. I'll bring my expertise of my social internet marketing, tech side stuff, coding the project. You bring your expertise of, understanding the whole DJ element, which I don't really understand, and the connections in that space, and let's venture.
Right. That's a great segue into talking about joint ventures and partnerships.
Sure.
And my partner Chris Riddle on FlyBoost. It's funny. At one point in time, all of us, we all worked at an office building together in Elkridge, Maryland.
That's right.
So we all had 3 office suites separate and apart from one another. So I met Chris back in 2011 as well, about the same time I've known you guys.
Sure.
And, we've been working together. The Link Builders, we've created his website, and we've had an ongoing relationship since, mainly through internet marketing. So Chris Riddle brought this idea to my attention, but I had so many other projects going on. It didn't resonate with me when he presented it to me in 2013. And it wasn't until my wedding day, when we were supposed to have a working live Twitter stream for the guests. And keep in mind, I think you were there, Jason. Yeah, you were there. A lot of my friends, they're internet geeks. They're not necessarily dancers. So having this Twitter stream at the wedding was something that would be really fun for the crowd that was attending. And unfortunately, it didn't work. And I was very taken back. I was very upset about this. I hyped up the live Twitter feed so much to my guests, and it didn't work. So went on my honeymoon, came back refreshed to the office, and I said to Chris, let's do this. And then FlyBoost was born from there. And
that's awesome.
We're in a fantastic position, the link builders, where we do have staff, we do have developers, and it didn't take that much convincing of the guys in our office to say this is something that needs to be done. There's a disconnect in the market.
Sure.
And we have experience running software as a service-based companies, and we know how to market. So
why not?
Yeah, we spec'd it out and we said, well,
Sure.
how long is it going to take? What's the cost going to be? And where can we take this company? And the rest is history now. We launched on February 10th of this year, and we've just been signing new customers up daily.
That's great. Let's kind of segue to the end related to ventures and joint ventures and understanding the importance of knowing like-kind people in different businesses. Most people probably don't know, and actually I don't even know if you knew, that when Chris and I met Nick at the time, we were like, we're going to do business with this guy somehow. We're not sure what. We're very, Nick was a few years younger than us, but we still is. But we had a lot of we had a lot of things in common, and probably the number one thing was kind of the ambition and the drive of, it doesn't matter what industry we're in, like we're really motivated and we really want to succeed in it.
We'll overlap on something.
Exactly. And we weren't exactly sure how we were going to do business with Nick. We knew we would. And we actually signed a second lease in the same building Nick was in for $1,000 a month, and we committed to it for 12 months. So it cost us about $12,000 to do. And keep in mind, we had an address, or we had our hard money bankers office 5 minutes away from that at the time. But we were like, you know what? I think it's worth putting up $12,000 for the year just to be in an office next to Nick's office and his companies, because instead of being like, hey, what are you doing today or doing this, it was we're there every day. So we forced ourselves every afternoon to go over there and be like, knock, knock, hey, Nick, what's going on today? Like, he was forced to talk to us because he was an expert in internet marketing. Our big focus was real estate, but we were trying to get more involved in internet marketing. So we said, why the heck not just plop ourselves right next to him and make him talk to us?
See what kind of ventures we can work out of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
And I think in business in general, or anything in life, all these things are made up as joint ventures. I mean, Chris and myself were involved in a lot of different side ventures, mostly real estate oriented, but some other things. Nick got into FlyBoost because he had a client who had a good idea, and he said, I can bring a lot to the table, I'm going to do that. And I think that's how a lot of joint ventures are born. We had a meeting yesterday with somebody who that was outside of real estate investing, that we potentially are thinking about doing a joint venture with. So I think it's important, no matter what business that you're in, and real estate's notorious to doing joint ventures. It's, hey, I have money, I have a deal, let's partner, we'll do a venture together. But in every business, there's always side ventures, there's always joint ventures, because what you have to bring to the table is typically different than what other people have to bring to the table. And to the FlyBoost setup, that guy Chris is probably extremely valuable to you because you don't know that space, and he's you're extremely valuable to him because he doesn't know what you know. So that's just how ventures are born.
Absolutely. Yeah, Chris has been a DJ for over 17 years now. He knows that market better than anybody.
Sure.
So picking the right partners and working the right joint venture deals with the right people.
Sure.
You just know when you meet those types of people. You just know it's a gut feeling that you can pick up right away.
Fair enough. Because obviously doing with the right person is important. You can't just be like, hey, who wants to do a venture with me?
Oh yeah, can't just
it doesn't work like that. I mean, you got to be picky related to it. So
yeah.
Cool. Well, Nick, you want to tell people how they can find you, either online or?
Sure, absolutely. Well, you can check us out at flyboost.com, or you can go to thelinkbuilders.com if you want to see a little bit more about brand management and how we're able to take our skill sets and create software as a service-based products, and learn a little bit more about our history.
Excellent. Yeah, feel free to reach out to Nick if you have any agency needs or really anything online marketing related, and he'll be happy to do a consultation, see if he can help out in some way for whatever it may be. For any future shows coming up, feel free to ask questions on any social media. We'll be looking for the hashtag TheREI360 show. Feel free to make a comment. share, whatever it may be, wherever you may be seeing this. We definitely appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks,
See you
Nick, for being on.
Thanks, Nick.
Of course. Thanks.